Hi everyone, welcome back to Home and Away with Candy. Today in the craft room, we are going to be doing a paper pumpkin kit. So if you've never seen the paper pumpkin kits from Stampin' Up, stay tuned. We're gonna go through these step by step. I haven't opened this one yet. I don't know what it looks like, so we're gonna do that together. But stick around, subscribe, and let's get started. All right, so here we have our kit. So let's go ahead and get started. And pardon my manicure, y'all. I've been cleaning our cars the last couple of days to get the holiday nasty off, so overlook that. Okay, so it looks like we have a Stampin' Spot with Night of Navy, which I love Night of Navy. It's a good color, especially if you're doing a masculine card. It just goes really well. So Paper Pumpkin comes with a Stampin' Spot and a set of stamps. So here we have, let's see if I can find a dark color to maybe see these a little bit better. Probably the glitter is not great. We'll just do some cardboard. Maybe that'll help. We have a dear friend, thank you. The little things you do for me mean so much. Miss you, and then so much. You make me feel loved, and it looks like we have some greenery of some sort going on here, so that'll be fun. Nice thing about the kits is that you do not need hardly any other supplies than what comes in the kit. So everything that you need to make some beautiful cards, quick and easy, are here in the kit. Except for maybe a pair of scissors to get this open. Oh, here we go. This is Watercolor in Bloom. Oops, let me get to, there we go. Watercolor in Bloom. This is the December 2025 kit that I just received. I probably received it over the holidays, but with the kids being home from school, I wasn't even able to touch it. And these are just, these are beautiful cards. So let's take a look at them. In these kits, you will find, we have some tear adhesive. We have some embellishments. We've got some Stampin' Dimensionals. That's nice. Here's our instructions. Here is a little card sheet to put in with our stamps when we go to store them so that you know what they look like. Tear and tape. Love those coppery looking. Here is some, we're probably going to pop that up a little bit. Some paper. Some nice envelopes to match. Ooh. So this comes with this card where it looks like it has the design series paper already printed on it. A little hack if you want to make your card kit go further is you can cut this in half. Then you have two card fronts that you could use. And then you could even go a step further and even maybe rip this in half, and maybe we can go through some of that at the end for some alternative uses. So there's one set. Here we have some cutouts that we're probably going to stamp on. There's some more pop-outs there. Our second set of cardstock. Ooh, some vellum. I've not worked with the vellum yet, so that'll be fun. And here we have some more stationery cardstock. Ooh, and even some more different type of cutouts. So all kinds of things going on with this. So I'm going to set this whole box aside and we're going to get our instructions and follow for card number 1. There was no block in this one. In the paper pumpkins I've gotten in the past, there was a Stampin' block. So you might have to grab a stamp block for yourself if you don't have one. I wonder if they just quit doing that recently. All right, so let's get started. We're going to look at the directions here. And it looks like we're going to need the paper that is multicolored stripe. This one. And we're going to need those gold foil cutouts, which is this one. And we're going to need one of those ephemera pieces and then a square for Miss You So Much. This kit has a lot more pieces to it than the one I have done in the past. There's our square. And go ahead and open our Stampin' Spot. Be very careful when you're doing this. Trying to get it open without cutting myself here. There we go. There we go. All right, so the Stampin' Spot is just a really small little miniature ink pad. And I like to keep my Stampin' Spots in a little case like this. My daughter uses these a lot, especially if it's colors that I already have. I don't care then if she kind of does her own thing with this. She's 6, but she loves to use the little Stampin' Spots, but it's easy for me to keep up with them. And with these kits, it's also a fun way to grow your ink collection if you're just starting out, because you don't have to buy the big ink pads to fill up your supplies. It's a good way to just kind of slowly build your supplies. So it looks like we're going to start with a Miss You So Much for our stamping. And this little square is not quite super clean, but it will work. All right, so I think I'm gonna do it this way, get it good and covered. You can kind of see where you're missing and where you're not. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So we're gonna do a Miss You. I kind of give them a slight wiggle. That's probably controversial. I don't know if it is or not. I'm cleaning it off on my chamois, which, as you can see, it got used a lot during Christmas with the red ink. I keep it here on just a clear DVD case that I bought off Amazon. And then my most used stamps I kind of keep here on the side. All right, so that's Miss You. And then we have a So Much. One tip I saw one time was to take your, whoa, as I throw it, sorry about that, folks, your Versamark ink, kind of give it a little inking with Versamark, stamp off on some scrap paper, which I have over here to the side, and then do your inking of your pad, of your stamp. And I'm gonna kind of, let's see, how do I want to do that? Straight is preferable, isn't it? All right, Miss You So Much. Oh, I need to leave my ink out. We're not done. We've got some leaves to do. Go ahead and peel that all the way off. So our instructions say to do on here, we're going to do a big leaf up the middle. big leaf up the middle, and then the other coming off the sides. So we're gonna do it this way. And that way. And I think that's done for the stamping. So I'm gonna cover up my ink spot, because don't be like me and leave your inks open and then you accidentally lay something across it and then you get ink in places you don't want to. Okay, so step 1 is done. Step 2, we're going to use some tear and tape and put some tear and tape here along these pieces. So let me dig that out of the box. All right. Flip this over. Yeah, I hope there wasn't an up or a down on that. Now's a good time to be thinking about that. That's how my days go sometimes. I don't know about y'all. I've had to learn the hard way to read the whole recipe all the way through, if you know what I mean, before you get started. So tear and tape is really nice in that you tear it. You don't even have to have any scissors to do it. So there we go, tear and tape. We're going to, oh, is this, what is that piece? Is that some of this vellum? It is. Oh, so that's gonna go behind? Is that how that goes? I think so. Huh. Okay. So, we're gonna do this again. But we can only do it for a little smidge, or else it's gonna show. Okay, I don't think the tear and tape has to be straight. Let's hope not anyway. Okay, then we need our ephemera pieces. These were probably all in the pack together when I took it apart. Okay, so we need one of these little flowers and this little foliage right here. Okay, so we're supposed to put a Stampin' Dimensional and if you've never used the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, I very much prefer them to what I have gotten in the past from, say, like Joann. I have a hard time with the others for the little backing to static cling like crazy. One Stampin' Dimensional here in the middle, and then our Miss You So Much, we're going to have 1, oops, 2, 3. Okay, now it's time to put it all together. I like to go ahead and fold my card. That's also personal preference on if you want to do that or not. But I have had the unfortunate luck of my card, especially ones that I've scored myself, especially when I first started, not lining up with my edge exactly, and so it was a little bit off then once I got my stuff put on. So let's get this put on our vellum. Try to get it centered and lined up there. Oop, one end is longer. So I guess I'm gonna trim that off. All right, then we're going to put it on our card. And if you need to have a little trash bucket, and if you're a mom, especially with babies, using a little Enfamil formula tub makes a perfect desktop trash can. We also use them for marker storage, all kinds of things around our house. Our baby is not a baby anymore. He's about to turn 2, but it's fun. So that's not exactly as wide as or tall as our card. So I'm gonna stand up so I can kind of get it the right. Is that right? I think that's close enough. Okay, then we need to do some layering here of our message. So we have we're supposed to put some tear and tape right here at the bottom. I forgot to do that a minute ago. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that first and get it stuck to the bottom of our greeting. Oh, I almost went too far up with that greeting, didn't I? Sure did. Miss you so much. Then our dimensionals are going to lift that off a little bit and find a good home. Nope, that covers it up. So it'll be about right there. See, I should have read my recipe all the way through before I got started to know I needed to shift this down. Learn from me. Don't do my mistakes. Okay. That's about where I want it down here. Maybe scooch it up just a little. Okay, try to look to make sure my margins are even. I'm good with that. So poke it down. Whoops, not too far down. Some of my tear and tape stuck. There we go. And it looked all right, even if it does stick back down. Now we're going to add our flower here in the middle. Well, when I push that down, that's gonna push that back down. That's all right. All right, there we have it. A little bit of embellishment. We have some of these lovely sequins. One there. One there. And it says to do one right there. All right. So there you have a Miss You So Much card, and it's blank on the inside, so you can write whatever you want on the inside and you're good to go. So that is card number 1. Set that aside. Let's go to card 2. This time let's read our whole recipe. Thank you, the little things you do for me mean so much. We've got a couple of sprigs there. We've got some tear and tape, and tear and tape, and tear and tape, and more layering. Thank you, and we're going to put some of that layering from the ephemera on the bottom there. Okay, so let's get that figured out. We need this. We need one of these. We need, it's not, I know it is from this one. Okay, it's this piece plus a big flower. That's how it is. Okay. And we need this from our, whoops, that wasn't supposed to come off yet. We need that piece, and then we need another piece that goes in the middle. All right, so what I see when I look at this is there's really not a reason that you would need to stamp on this unless you are really unsure of yourself with stamping on whether or not you're going to get it centered or straight and would need to start over. If that were the case, you could probably put this on top if you needed to. So we're just going to stamp on this. I don't like wasting good cardstock for no reason. So need my stamping spot. Here's the leaf. I need the different leaf. Okay, so we're gonna get our little sprig on our stamping spot going here. I'm gonna stamp these first. That way I kind of can get my bearings on where I want the other to go. Make sure I get that good coverage. There, that's better. Okay, so maybe about there. And then we've got this one kind of coming out from that bottom leaf. Whoops. Like, kind of like that. All right, so there's our leaves. Wipe off that ink. And here's a thank you. Sometimes, y'all, I like to kind of line up my stamp on my mat. And I may do a practice stamping on some scrap with this. Might go ahead and do my thank you and then line up my little things. The little things you do mean so much. Let's see if I'll be able to do both of these at the same time. So let's, sorry if this is shaking the camera a little bit. Okay, let's find some scrap. Here we go. This is perfect. This is where I've been cutting out some circles, and it's about the right size we need. All right, so it does work. You can stamp it at the same time. If you wanted them closer together, you could probably do it separately because of the edge of the stamps. You can't get it exactly close to each other on there. I could still get it closer if I wanted, but I kind of like that spacing, so we're going to go with that. All right, I'm going to stand up for this, y'all. You get better alignment sometimes if you do that. Okay, there we go. Moment of truth. All right, wipe your stamp off. Because I'm bad about remembering to do that sometimes. I have stained stamps to show for it. Okay, so we got that done. Now we're ready for our adhesives after we cover up our dot. All right. So 1, 2, rows is probably a little excessive in my thinking. I've not had a card fall apart before, but maybe it did and I just didn't know it. Okay, let's get this. Something I've learned is if you can kind of hold down in a spot that you know doesn't have adhesive before you push things down, and maybe if you need to push down, push from the bottom and press. That way you don't smear your ink. Ask me how I know that ink will sometimes smear, because it will. All right, we're going to now put some tear and tape on this. Our cardstock here. Get us a nice crease. I don't know about you, but so with the paper pumpkins, I think you usually get enough to make, I think it's 3 cards per, yeah, 3 cards per design. I think I would, maybe the next one, make this pop up. Make the round, or I guess that's an oval, be popped up on it. I think that would look really nice. All right, we need to get this stuck down. If I were making this, if I did not have, you know, I want to make this as the kit for how it comes. I would just use my little glue runner on this instead of the tear and tape. For those out there that kind of might have their own supplies. All right, and now we need to, see my tear and tape got up a little bit there. We need to get some dots, Stampin' Dimensionals. And we'll do 1, 2. My daughter would say, buckle my shoe. Oops. All right, looks like the picture shows us putting this about right there. It shows it a little bit different orientation, but I like it right there because it covers up the stem a little bit. Put it where you need to put it, is what I say. All right, and we're gonna put 1, whoops, where'd it go? Oh, the adhesive stayed there. There we go. It came that time. 1. Kinda, I'm gonna try to match the curvature a little bit. Oh, that adhesive stayed too. What's the deal? All right. Right there. All right. And then another little one. I think it should live right there. Okay, there you have it. Card number 2. Thank you, the little things you do for me mean so much. And then it's blank on the inside. All right, card 3. Let's see. Dear friend, you make me feel so loved. So we're going to use that little piece of card that's printed, and we're going to add the little, is it stamen? It's been so long since I've done plant biology. We're going to put some tear and tape on some ephemera pieces. Oh, and we're going to stick those behind. So it's going to be lifted. Yep. We're going to lift that. We're going to lift that. And then put the flower on top. Okay, so this one's a little bit more involved, but it'll be fun. Sorry folks, my alarm went off to pick up my daughter. I thought I could get this done before that happened, but it's my reminder alarm. It's not my you have to leave right now alarm. So we're good to hopefully get this finished. So we need this and this, and we need so much with this kit, which also means you can do so many other different things with it. We need that, and we need this, and we still need that piece. And I'm still missing something. Oh yes, this piece here in the middle. Here we go. All right, here we are. So we're not going to actually stamp on this piece. So we're going to step that aside. Although you could, just to be clear, you could. You would have to change up the design a little bit, but you could make it happen if you needed to. Oh, here's my stamping spot. Block, I mean. Dear friend, make sure I get that straight. Sometimes if you just let them lay straight, they on the table, they will kind of straighten themselves out and not get a curve in them. I've had them get curves, and that's not fun. You make me feel so loved. Is this one? I'm just going to nest this one down as close as I can get it. There we go. Let's see if that's going to fit. Oh, this is kind of crooked. There we go. Sorry, my chair is squeaky too. Get that out of the way so we don't get ink everywhere, and check our hands. It's dry. All right, so we've got that bit done, and let's go ahead and do the tear and tape for that. Oh, we should do this. You know, if you didn't do this part, no one would ever notice that it wasn't there. Just saying. So we're gonna put this right here. And right here. Oh yeah. Definitely no one would have noticed that. All right. Stamping's done. Let's get our tear and tape. Let's get that out of the way first. So one long strip. Oop, no, I got it too long. Nah, it's just right. Down the middle. ripped it off too soon, y'all. Things that people never see because it's on the back side of the card. Yeah, I was about to say, what did I do? Did I do that right? Oh, okay. So they wanted you to stamp on a white to then put on top of the one with the gold foil stripe to then put on top of the vellum. So I didn't do that right. I wonder if I can, oh, no. We're just gonna leave that on there and put our Stampin' Dimensionals. This is supposed to be raised up. 1, 2, 3. It'll be fine. Just move that a little bit. All right, let's get this on here. A little bit of tear and tape. Oof, a itty bitty amount. It might even be too much. I need a smaller flower. Yeah, that's better. Another itty bitty bitty piece of tear and tape. That's not itty bitty enough. Okay, and then they say to use 9 Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. I think that's a lot. I'll go ahead and do 3 across the top. I would just do 2 here, personally. Supplies aren't cheap, I know that. And I want you to make the most out of your supplies. All right. Oh, this is cute. I'm an eyeballer when it comes to getting things on. Sometimes that does not work in my favor, but it's usually close enough. I think that's good. Okay, then we need our embellishments. There we go. And so there is our third paper pumpkin card. So you have all 3 of these from this kit. And you have a lot of different options for how you could make some alternative cards if you wanted to, instead of just making all 3 in this way, but you totally could. Just real quickly, let's do this is where we go off kit. And we get out the paper cutter. So you can now have two card fronts. If you wanted to put this on a plain card base, you could totally do that, like that right there. And what I have done in the past is even, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to kind of rip it across the middle like that. And maybe I'm going to cut off, I don't know, about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. You can use that for something else. You could use that for your top, maybe I should have just cut 1.5 inches off of the whole piece. That would have been the smarter thing to do, y'all. Next time. You can then, I'm gonna get out my tape runner real quickly here because I'm gonna have to go to the carpool line very soon. Oh wow, look, my sequins fell off again. So side note, make sure your adhesive comes off when you get your sequins off. So we're going to line this up at the top and maybe put a little down there. So then we have this piece here in the middle. I'll get my paper trimmer out of the way. And then maybe you can take the ovals, the one we used on this one. You could take this and raise it up on there, make it just a thank you card. You could put, let's see, no, I wouldn't do it that way. Yeah, let's do the raised up thank you here on, no, I really don't like how that does that. Let's see. Still do this vellum piece. Yeah, I like that. Vellum with the oval. If I can find it. Here it is. These back off. Let's just do thank you so much. My ink spot. There it is. You know what? I want to do some of those little floral pieces at the bottom first. Re-ink it just to be sure. Thank you so much. And I'm going to quickly adhere this. Cover up our ink spot. And let's not lose stamps. I've done that before and thankfully found them all back again, and it was an amazing thing because I thought they were gone forever. Let's try some, where's our ephemera? Here's our ephemera. Let's see. We can do this with this big flower again. Let's just do some Tech adhesive, a bit adhesive on the back. Thank you so much. This definitely needs some sparkles. And there went my two that I had sitting on top. That was a big one. There we go. Let's raise this up a little bit. Be sure to do this behind the white, or else you'll be able to see through it. And I think I want to do a few more right here. All right, go ahead and fold my card. I forgot to do that. Oh, I already peeled that one off. There we go. Push down, get it secured, and there you have it. Another alternative, or a alternative to your cards that come ready to do with Stampin' Up. I think if I do this again, I think I do like it better with the full background behind it, but I just wanted to demonstrate that you can switch things up a little bit with these kits to make something different. Make a little bit of your own creativity with these and come up with your own designs if you want. So there we go. I hope you have a great rest of your day in whatever you have left to do. It is time for me to say goodbye for now. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel if you want to receive more videos from me. And if you want to kit along with me next time, go ahead and subscribe to that paper pumpkin. I'll have the link down in the description, and to also some of the other products that are not Stampin' Up! If you want to get some of those for your own craft room. But I hope you all have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.